y'all. This is Marla K. Hope y'all are well. Got some hot off the presses for you. They have voted to have an impeachment inquiry for Papa. So this is huge. It's a data point, but it's letting you know that things getting ready to be rocking. They got to have this civil unrest. So
This morning, Republicans are moving forward with their impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
The GOP-controlled House voted to authorize that inquiry yesterday with a 221 to 212 vote along party lines. The House investigation was centered on whether Biden benefited from his son Hunter Biden's foreign business dealings as president or vice president.
Although the investigation has raised ethical questions, it hasn't produced evidence Biden acted corruptly or accepted bribes. But Republicans say authorizing the inquiry will help them get key witnesses to testify.
We think it'll help us get those key individuals in to speak to us in a more timely fashion and get us the documents that Mr. Comer has been after for a while.
President Biden has since released a statement calling the vote a baseless political stunt.
All right. So y'all see where we headed. Again, this is a data point, but this is just my conjecturing here. I think that this is being done to create civil unrest, more distrust of the government, to have another coup d'etat attempt by whosoever. I don't have no dog in the fight because y'all know how I feel about politics. But folks gonna feel like they got to do something, and so you already have two sides of a lot of different sides, a lot of different issues fighting. You have Republicans versus Democrats. You'll have black versus white, because if they impeach Papa, they're gonna have the first, whatever you want to call Miss Skiwi, as the vice president. Folks gonna be annoyed by that. Folks are just gonna be annoyed by the politics, in addition to all the other stuff that's going down. While that's happening, folks are focused on what's happening with Diddy and Jay-Z and what's happening with these different movies. It's Christmas time. It's almost time for the Super Bowl. Football playoffs, basketball just started. There's a rollback of diversity and equity and inclusion, because it's not needed anymore. It served its purpose, so it's going away. So all these black women that got these jobs and things and positions, they're no longer needed. Their faces are no longer needed. They've done their job. They're going to be demoted. All these LGBTQ people who've been parading around here, now they might still be useful, because the ultimate goal in the new world is transhumanism. So anything trans is cool with these folks. So trans people, the LGBTQ community, that agenda is going to be pushed heavily. But all these the various ethnic groups who use the Civil Rights Act that were designed for us to move forward, all this stuff is being repealed, and you see it happening all the time. Voter Rights Acts being repealed. Why? They don't need them anymore, because the one world government is already set up. It's already set up. It's already in motion. You look at COP28. The whole world then decided they're getting ready to do away with fossil fuels. So everybody gonna have to use e-cars. They didn't make that decision in your country. The whole world went to the COP28 and said that they were going to do away with it, and then they give it to the United Nations, and now it's a treaty, and that's it. You ain't going to be able to drive your gas powered car. If you want the transportation, you're gonna have to get an e-car, or you have to do something else, walk, or, whatever. But that's the goal. You're gonna cut them greenhouse gas emissions one way by hook or crook. So we are in the accelerated decline of the West and of America, in particular America. So when you see these things happening, understand you need to be preparing like your life depends on it. You need to be, if you have not watched that movie, Leave the World Behind, I suggest you watch the movie because they are telling you everything that's coming. And it can't get any plainer. Like they've been telling us for years this is coming, but this movie is more modern. You can actually see it if you are awakened and you've been paying attention to what's happening. You can see how things are going. And all I can tell you is you should be working on your support systems, people that you plan to work with in the event something happens. I don't want to work with nobody who's just talking about we gonna pray and the Lord gonna take care of us. You not finna be in my tribe. Do you hear what I say? I love the Most High. I love the Creator. I understand what's happening, and we got to work to survive. It's gonna take work. You can't don't think you just go be on your knees and pray. Now I'm not saying no supernatural stuff can't happen, but now he has been warning us. He has put us here on this earth for this appointed time to wake people up and tell people. And the remnant that can see and hear are awakened and are doing stuff. Now we ain't perfect. We're not getting it all right. We ain't getting everything, but we are at least trying. And he's giving us instructions what to do. Leave the city. Go to the countryside. Go to the mountains. Put back for the 7 lean years. It's just so many different um, pieces of advice or wisdom that is in the word for when times get bad, what to do. You know, there's going to be a time to speak it. There's going to be a time to be quiet. There's going to be a time that you need to be still. There's going to be a time that you need to run. You need to run. You need to be in shape. You can't run or walk no place if you're not in shape. There's going to be a season where you're going to have to think um, critically and decide, am I going to leave people behind? Or I'm going to just try to take them all and I'm going to get myself killed too. These are the times that you need to be thinking about these things and praying and asking for wisdom and guidance, because this impeachment inquiry is going to open the door to a whole it's going to be a whole lot of things are going to happen. They've told you they got to accelerate this agenda, and they are accelerating it, honey. Everybody is playing their part. Ain't no good guys. Sometimes, like Dr. John Henry Clark said, ain't no good guys. There ain't no good guys. There ain't no good team. You on your own. So you better use your common sense. You better use these data points. You better use these internets while you can and learn and understand what's coming. Because when the communications go down, you remember how the black man said in this movie, if you saw it, he was like, I heard some things, but I wasn't sure. And so once things started happening, he knew what was going on. The same thing with this book. 1 second after people talk about this stuff, people teach it. It's one thing to hear it and talk about it. It's another thing to live it and experience it. At least you understand what to do, where to go, um, and you can share with other people. But if you're around a bunch of idiots, it does no good. If you're around a bunch of cowards, it does no good. All it does is stress you out. If you are um, with people who don't listen and who will put you in danger because you didn't think that thing out in advance, you just stuck with them. And there could be even people in your household. You didn't think it out, you know, you could be in danger. So these are dangerous times for all of us. And I just want you to think critically right now and be cautious and be prepared for a lot of different things for supply chain breakdown, for civil unrest, for martial law, for famine, pestilences, droughts, no water, systems breakdown, communication, um, utilities, no public water, no public transportation. You know, what happens if you're someplace and all this happens and you're at work or you're away or you plan a vacation or you're off at in another town at a funeral? Do you have a go bag so that you can hike and be ready? Do you have weapons? Do you have ammunition? Something, even if it's just a big old knife or machete, what do you have to protect yourself in the event that you're someplace? Do you have good shoes? A lot of people got all kind of shoes, but they don't have no hiking shoes. They don't have a good pair of boots or sneakers that they can use to walk from point A to point B. What if it takes you a day or two to get home? You know, you can walk slow and rest if your car stops in the middle of the road because you got a fancy car and the power EMP strike knocks out your power in your car, fries the whatever they call it, the computer networking in the car. Can you walk home? You know, you may not even have to walk far, but are you prepared to walk? Can you open your trunk, switch the shoes out, and keep pushing because you understand what's happening? If everybody car stop at one time, hey, it ain't gonna start back up. What's happening? Can you get home? Can you get to your kids? Do you have what's the plan? So these are the types of things that you need to be working out in your head. And it's up to everybody to do it themselves for their household. I don't know what else to tell y'all except for just keep prepping. Keep praying, keep seeking the Most High, and keep thinking out your plans because the powers that be are accelerating theirs. Their plans are in motion. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel if you like this type of content. Also, follow me on Odyssey, Rumble, Instagram, and Facebook. Links are in the description. And if you'd like to support the channel financially, give a donation. Links are also in the description. In the event that this channel is shut down, I will be posting content on Rumble, and all of my old content backed up on Odyssey comes from YouTube. So if you have not had a chance to go through the 400 and something videos that I've done, then you can also do those, view those videos on Odyssey. Lastly, again, I'm going to tell you to try to plan for civil unrest. I don't know what civil unrest is going to look like. You got to plan for national civil unrest. And then you have to plan for civil unrest in your own state, in your local communities. You may not have civil unrest in your local communities, but anything that happens politically can signal like the beginning of the end. Understand this nation was built up to be torn down, and you're watching it being torn down. And unfortunately, we are living through the time where the tearing down is going to happen right in our faces. So just keep watch, family. Keep watch and be careful because y'all know the children of the corn going to get mad. First persons they coming to lash out at is us. So keep your heads on a swivel and just be careful. All right, this is Marla Kay, and I'm out.